Afterlife is a black comedy television series produced by Netflix and directed by Ricky Gervais. The first season of this series was released in March 2019 in 6 episodes. In April 2019, Netflix extended the series for a second season. Directed by Ricky Gervais, the series stars a man who loses his wife and decides to do whatever he likes and say whatever he wants and not pay the slightest attention to the consequences to make the world a dark comedy to punish himself. No one can destroy the rest like Ricky Gervais. He narrows his eyes to the victims and questions them. This powerful comedian throws subtle bounds at others in the guise of subtle sarcasm. Although this clever cruelty plays a central role in Afterlife, this 6-part drama comedy series created and starring himself is surprisingly shocking, reminiscent of the sweetest moments of the most famous work he has in The Office. The newspaper's author Tony is out of his normal life after the death of his wife Lisa. Due to cancer, full of anger and grief, wearing a uniform of mourning, loose-fitting t-shirts and sweatpants, he carries out all of his interactions with rudeness and beating and sarcasm, as well as his repeated threats of suicide. The only reason he hasn't finished his life is because of his dog. He tells his dog, "If you could open the can yourself, I would be dead now." Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. When Tony does not get drunk or does not watch old videos full of joy and laughter with his wife Lisa, he usually tortures his co-workers in the Temporary Gazette, including his infinitely patient boss Matt, who is also Lisa's brother, and Lenny, newspaper slot photographer, with painful ironies and pessimism. Introducing himself to a new and motivated reporter, Sandy says Tony is the pledge of humanity. "We are now sitting arrogant and selfish parasites, and the world would be a better place without us." Of course, there was a time when Tony was not an awful person, and it is only natural that forces would work together to help him regain his motivation to move on. Gervais has drawn predictable path for his character, but Tony's evolution throughout the 6 episodes of Afterlife is still shocking and enjoyable. In the cemetery, he meets an older widow, which is full of rage and humor, who begins to change his outlook on the world, and with the enlightened wisdom he has, he gradually feels angry change to accept. Emma, on the other hand, played opposite Gervais, is much less delicate. She is a nurse caring for Tony's older father. She does not succumb to Tony's inhuman behavior, which makes her a lovable character. She said, "You are like a Twitter troll because you are sad you have to upset everyone." Although he always makes fun of the Gazette coverage, Tony cannot destroy the documentary motivation to work. Instead, he entertains Sandy by commenting on his bizarre co-workers. Gervais has also had a long-standing but lovable curiosity about people. He has a special talent for cultivating highly quirky yet identical characters as human beings. Some of the funniest Afterlife moments include Tony talking about the local for fun. These hilarious moments are essential, especially in the first few episodes when Tony turns to drugs to overcome the pain. Sometimes these scenes become too eager, but Afterlife is always about fun. The inevitable victory of our said hero comes after he does something that really deserves to be blamed. Gervais, who has written and directed all episodes, come up with an ending that is quite predictable, but very satisfying. While many TV series take pride in their artificial complexity, Afterlife is simple, very entertaining, and a reminder of how easy it is to choose kindness. The first chapter received positive reviews after its publication. In Rotten Tomatoes, the series has a score of 71%, based on 41 reviews and an average score of 6.29 out of 10. And some critics said about this series, Afterlife proceeds at dull pace and there is no particular spark in the course of its narrative. Congratulations to Jervis for his effort to create a series that is fundamentally different from his previous television works. The Afterlife series seeks to convey the idea of how much uncontrolled mourning can destroy a person's psyche. In the end, Afterlife ends exactly as you expect.